Hello, I'm back. Traffic is a little slow. We're on our way to get Oud Extrait. So we opened up a box of Oud Velvet Mood the other day, and it was nice, but it wasn't what I expected it to be. And I think the expectation was because I ordered it from Harrods as an exclusive, and it's the newest of the Oud line, so I just expected it to be something super special. Like I said, it's nice. It is nice, I'll give it that, but it didn't have that oomph that I was expecting. So before I ordered it, I looked at the notes and I caught myself making a blend that I thought matched the notes. So I essentially treat my collection like a chemistry set. I don't do a lot of layering, but I know that any fragrance that I smell, based on what I have, I could probably reproduce something really close to it with what I have in my chemistry set. So I get the Oud Velvet Mood. It is not a wow for me. And I'm like, what is keeping this from being a wow for me? And I figured it out. It doesn't smell like oud. It does not have an oud presence in it. And when it's called Oud Velvet Mood, I'm expecting oud at the forefront or somewhere off in there, and all it essentially smelled like was velvet. So what I did was I added some oud to it. So I have Oud Eau de Parfum. That was the ticket, and the recipe is, in case you wanted to know, well, not really, it's not gonna work out because I use samples of oud. I have a full-size bottle of oud, but you know, in my testing, I didn't want to use my full-size bottle when I have a more controlled spray from my sample. So I did one spray of the Velvet Mood. Of course, I'm not gonna have a sample of that. 2 sprays of the oud, and it was great. It's exactly what I would have wanted the Oud Velvet Mood to smell like. And so I just smelled it all day and I enjoyed it all day, to the point I'm like, if this smells good, I wonder how the Oud Extrait would smell with the Oud Velvet Mood. So it drove me crazy, to the point that I'm willing to fight traffic to get that, to find out, because I want to know, and I want to know today. I don't want to know next week. I don't want to know 2 days from now. I want this done, over with. I want to know today how that combination smells. So I understand that it's not going to smell the same, but as long as it has that oud, you know, I didn't want to mix it with Oud Satin Mood, because that'll get, I wanted the purity of the oud with the Velvet Mood. And so I think it was just such a beautiful combination that it drove me nuts, to the point that I want to know, can I make it even more beautiful? So that's what we're going to get. That's what we're going to find out. We used to have a Saks close to me, but I got the time, you know, so I'm just going to go get it. Plus, now the extraits are offered, not all of them, but the Oud extraits are finally being offered in the 1.2 ounce or the 35 ml sizes. So that makes them much more accessible. I'm not the biggest fan of Oud Satin Mood, but I wanted it. And so I bought it in the 1.2. I'm going to buy this in the 1.2, but I like oud. I think plain oud, I like it. You know what it added to it? Because someone has said that the Oud Velvet Mood smelled like money, smelled like trouble after midnight, whatever that means. The oud added the money smell to it. To me, MFK's oud smells like money. That's what money smells like. Money smells like uncomplicated, just I think it's the purity of a smell. Like Reflex de Ombre smells like pure amber to me. Someone said that smelled like an evil queen. So I think when something's very uncomplicated, that gives the air of money. So to me, oud smells like money. It's not so much that I want to smell like money, but I don't mind smelling like money. Money smells good. The reference isn't to dollar bills and the way paper smells. The reference is to the feeling that the scent gives you. And oud smells like leather and wood. And so I feel like that's the money reference that I'm getting when I smell oud. I like leather, I like wood. If you can think of a beautifully appointed room with leather furniture and wood panels, or, you know, just money, like old money. That's what oud gives you. But it's, oud is so nice. It's so pure. It's so linear. It's just so nice. And that added to the Oud Velvet Mood just made something that was totally wow. If that had come out of the bottle, I'd have been such a happy camper, but it didn't. And I'm not mad at Oud Velvet Mood, because without it, I wouldn't have been able to get there with the oud. So I needed both. My husband gets them. I needed both to achieve that scent, but I wish that it had just come out of the bottle, but I'm not mad about it. So that's what we're on our way to do. All right, thanks for watching. Keep having fun, and I'll see you in the next part of this video. I said we used to have a Saks. They're still there. They're going out of business. It's just really sad to go in there. My MFK lady she was still working at the counter the last time I was there, but she said the MFK came, and who's the other people? The Creed people came, and they took all their stuff. So there's no buying perfume and sex anymore. And it's just such a depressing atmosphere that you just don't want to be there. And they're not really offering discounts like that. So I went in, I got what I got, I talked to her, and I won't go back there anymore because I just don't like the feel of it. But, and even though I like my bottles engraved, like she was good. Like, I like dealing with her. So I would go there and get them unengraved, but I really like to have my bottles engraved. But she made up for the fact that I wasn't getting my bottle engraved. Plus it was extra convenient. It was like 7 minutes away, so it was really convenient to go there and get it. So this is not convenient, but I do like to drive. I do like to be by myself. I do like to listen to something interesting, inspiring, uplifting. So a little ride isn't a problem when I had a time, and you know, I can do that. So I'm not tripping about that. But yeah, I said we used to have a Saks. We still have a Saks. They're not completely out of business yet, but they don't have what I want from the MFK counter, or they don't even have an MFK counter anymore. So yeah, we won't be going there. We're going back to Bloomingdale's, in fact. And if you saw the other video, you know the story. But like I said, not tripping. Bloomingdale's has been good to me. It was one mistake. It will not happen again on my end or their end. I'm quite certain of that. So it was a one-off. Things happen. So we're gonna get that. And it's like hot, super hot outside. But that combination, like I don't care if it's hot. It smells good. It smells really good. Like I said, it was the scent of it that just drove me to be like, okay, I need to know. And they're having a sale today. And I lost my sale price last time because I had to end up going to the boutique to go get my other bottle and pay full price for it of the Amherst Film Extrait. So I think in a small way, I'm trying to redeem my sale. I don't know. But, you know, the sale never hurts. It never hurts.
1 hour later.
So how should I feel? Because I'm starting to have a dark cloud over me. So I go to Bloomingdale's, I get the bottle, the engraving machine is broke. They do me the courtesy of sending me over to the boutique. I write my name carefully in my best handwriting, and then they use a lowercase s when I like emphasize the size of my S to make sure that didn't happen. But I didn't tell them because I'm figuring you can read and you should know that as a grown person, I wouldn't have made the S that large unless it was an uppercase S. They had to redo the bottle, of course. But all of a sudden, we went like radio silent in the boutique because everybody's uncomfortable. Because now it's just cost them it cost them a bottle of their perfume to engrave this for me. I hope it wasn't like used or a tester, matter of fact. Don't let me find out that was the case. To do a favor, but it wasn't my fault. It's full. Girls, it's called attention to detail, because that costs you money. That costs you a full price bottle of your bottle, when all you had to do was say, step over here and look at it, or let me put it in, because sometimes they would let me put in the type it in myself. Had I typed it in myself and it was screwed up, that's fine. But like I said, I emphasized the size of the S, and I hope they have the card and they're beating themselves up. But I feel weird because you did me a favor and now it cost your store some money. So this is really like a dark cloud, because I want to get Oud Silk Mood Extrait, but now I don't. Like I said, if you want it right, you just order from the site. But this has been 3 bottles. A 7-letter name. They were kind of getting ready to close, kind of not. I don't want to blame it on anything other than you not check. It's a 7-letter word that you could have double checked. And like I said, I knew to emphasize the size of the S. I hope they're looking at the card, beating themselves up, because I'm beating myself up a little bit because I feel bad that you did me a favor and it cost you a bottle of perfume, but like, that was your fault. I don't know. It's making me have a bad feeling, and I didn't want a bad feeling from that.
Several weeks later.
So the experiment that I was trying to run was to see if Oud Extrait and Oud Velvet Mood would make more of a bah than the regular eau de parfum. And believe it or not, as much trouble as I went through to get it and strain, I do not remember what happened. So we're gonna actually try them together right now and see what happens. So I'm conflicted which one to layer on first. So I think what I'll do is I will put Oud Velvet Mood, and I'm gonna end up smelling like a whole bunch of stuff. And I have to still finish my day out. Oud Velvet Mood on first, on this hand. And so we did get our bottle right. And Oud Extrait on that hand. That one came out with a little squirt. This is so beautiful. Yo. This is so underrated. This Oud and Oud Extrait is just so underrated. So lovely. So, that wasn't much though. So be aware of the fact that a 35 ml bottle, I'm just assuming that was why I didn't have that big spray. Okay, maybe it's because I hadn't sprayed it. And I need to make sure, okay, my bottle is full. You know, I was concerned about them giving me a tester bottle because they had to replace this one with one of the bottles from the boutique. I'm telling you, I'm living for having my name on these bottles. I love my name. I love the way it looks in this font, and I love that I can have it on my bottle. I hate the fingerprints, but so this is so lovely. I can't get over it. This is so different. I can't get over it. So now I think it hasn't been long, as you can see, what, a minute or so, but I do think that they're ready for the second layer. So I did the Velvet Mood on that here. So let's do this. So now we're adding the Oud onto the Velvet Mood. I just did a light spritz, just a light spritz. Let's see if there's any difference in the ordering of the layers. So this starts with the Oud Velvet Mood, layered with the Oud Extrait. It is a difference. Like, there is a noticeable difference between the two when you order them differently. Because this one, even though the Oud is on top of it, this smells more like the Velvet Mood. And this one smells more like the Oud. Now, I guess the real question is does it smell better than the Velvet Mood and the Eau de Parfum? Because I don't remember what that smells like, to be honest. I know that I was really struck by it. It really, like, it's not a dramatic difference, but it's definitely a difference just based on the order. Either way, this is a lovely scent together. Now, I can't say whether it's better. For some reason, I feel like the Eau de Parfum might be better. I'm not certain. Let me go grab my bottle and I'll try it on my forearm and see. We did the Oud Velvet Mood first. Get that chance to settle down. I like this one better. So I found out now. It cost me to find out. But I actually like these two together better than the Oud Extrait in this. Maybe because they're competing. This might not work out because it's a competition. This might work out because they're more complementary. I'm not saying it's not working. It's not awful, but it's not good. This is good. This is lovely. This is what I want this to smell like by itself. So, mystery solved. I wouldn't know unless I tried. So yeah, I'm going to stick with this combo. And I will leave this to itself because by itself it is quite beautiful. I'm going to just be smelling it up, but I want to. Yeah, I think this stands alone. This can stand alone, but it does better with this. So this is the conclusion that we have come to. If you have your thoughts and feelings about it, please leave them in the comments below. Keep having fun. Be good until you're gone, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.